Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck next week. Humans are yet to come to terms with the fact that the workforce should be slashed by half in the coming decade because machines would take over our jobs. On the other hand, some entrepreneurs can't wait to increase efficiency and maximize profit. Did you know that these machines can also be satisfying to watch? You would believe me after you've seen 10 of the most satisfying machines that will amaze you. Number 10. Bangle Machine. Even if you can't afford the most expensive bangles on the market, you still feel confident wearing them. In fact, you'll have your friends complimented as though it was pure gold. Since we know that most of these ornaments are mere gold brass, why not employ the Bangle Machine to curate and design them in mass quantities? The speed and precision here are second to none, and after production, you want to wear it throughout the day. To top it all off, this device makes room for everyone in terms of design. Think about the most uncomplicated design you've seen. How about the most complicated one? You can have it all with this. The only downside is that this machine is taking over the market, and local goldsmiths would have to find another job because soon they no longer have customers. Better still, they need to up their game to stay in the competition, which is only achievable if they outdo the Bangle Machine. Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Top 10 videos and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot, it actually works. Number 9. Crayon Making Machine. This is another invention by the ever-creative Greeks and Egyptians. The ancient aliens didn't leave Earth without giving these guys some tips to disrupt manufacturing space. I'm talking about the ancient pyramid plywood and the crayon making machine we're discussing now. Since ancient times, the crayon hasn't changed much, although many producers have found creative ways to package it and attract more customers. What we call the crayon today has its roots in Leonardo da Vinci, who became the first person to mix oil and charcoal and use the combo to paint. Later scientists figured that pigment should be added, and after that was done they realized that wax would do a better job than oil. Since the first official invention in the 19th century, we've seen it come in various colors that delight children. The paraffin is mixed with the machine and poured on mopping tables. These mops have tubes that shape them, after which the water is pumped to cool them. The extra wax is scraped off to ensure the wax is looking good. The equipment then labels the crayon and sends it for packaging. Number 8. Egg Machine. Let's talk about eggs for a while. Did you know that there are over 20 billion chickens in the world? They lay eggs every day, meaning that there's much work to be done regarding this byproduct. If you're offered a plate of raw eggs, would you drink them? I guess not. Getting this much egg arranged and ready to eat by consumers would have been tedious if there were no egg machines. It means that the efforts of these hard-working chickens would be futile since most of their byproducts would be spoiled before reaching the final consumers. How many humans would be hired to clear and arrange over 600 billion eggs? It's a lot of tests to bother humans with when there's technology to get things done seamlessly. This device boils, peels and cools eggs within a few minutes and works with both white and brown eggs. And guess what? It can handle a whopping 8,500 eggs per hour, but investing here isn't a waste of time and money as the goods are delivered timely to those who need them. Number 7. Plywood Machine. It looks too simple for a material that needs any sophistication. Think of the regular trees you see in the forest and imagine how they turned out to be flat. Well, you're right, they don't occur naturally, but with technology, they're made possible. It's a thin layer of wood bonded together. The grain of the wood runs top to bottom, then side to side for alternative layers. This process makes the wood more robust and less prone to breaking. The ancient Greeks and Egyptians found this wood variant thousands of decades ago, even before the Europeans thought of it. Years after it was manufactured unofficially, Samuel Benham, a British man, patented the technique in 1797. It was not until recently that a machine was manufactured to bond the different wood plies together. Today it's almost impossible to construct a structure without using this material. Number 6. Nail Machine. Whenever I hear about nails, what readily comes to mind is that 6 inches told that the Romans used to nail Jesus to the cross. Even the Bible acknowledges that it has existed for thousands of years. Although they are considered small fasteners, they play a pivotal role in construction work. The ancient Egyptians were the first to produce a bronze nail which they used for construction. The Romans, on the other hand, manufactured the most famous nails in history. That is the one they used to crucify Jesus Christ. Until the late 18th century, this tool was made by hand. Humans experience the stress of shredding iron bars into bits while the nailer converts them into nails. This doesn't happen anymore, as the British thought it would be wise to invent nail-making machines. Today people no longer burn down their old houses to salvage nails, because this machine produces trillions of units effortlessly. It must have been tough to be born in the 18th century. Number 5. KWT Interrex. Have you ever wondered how a bland tree transforms into that magnificent upholstery? Well, I asked questions until I realized that the KWT Interrex did the magic. It's a wood carver that finally converts plain wood into anything and everything. Some say it's insane, but what do you expect from technology borrowed from the future? It's even more exciting to watch the machine carve the wood into various shapes as though it was soft. According to the manufacturers, this device was created to redefine the future of sofas, chairs, and tables. As expected, it could be affordable for a few people, but it certainly doesn't come cheap. For a sole proprietor, it may not be a good investment buying it, but for a multi-million-dollar company producing in mass quantities, there's no better way to get things done. Number 4. Crusher Machine. It's easy to guess what this device does. From the name, you can only imagine that it crushes everything that gets into it, and you know what's impressive, it smashes everything into pieces that you'll hardly believe. Plus, they feature in many monster moves where rival groups dispose of their enemies and go unnoticed. In all of that, you do ensure that your valuables don't get into this monster's teeth. Else you'll be left with nothing but sand. Although it's dangerous to get too close while it's in action, it's pretty interesting to watch how a whole instrument is demolished within a few seconds. To be honest, it feels like watching a movie where your favorite actor is in the lead. It doesn't wear you out no matter how many times you keep seeing it. Again, don't get too close, remember you were warned. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 3. Tree Spade. A tree spade isn't so different from a regular spade, only that it does much more. They dig up a tree and plant them somewhere else. I know this sounds too easy to make so much noise about, but considering that trees aren't so easy to uproot, how much more taking them to an entirely different location? You may confuse them with excavators, but they are much more diverse. They have a unique arm that allows them to dig up an entire tree and place them in a separate truck where it's moved to another location. In our world today, the landscaping industry cannot do without this technology. The 4 blades wrap around the designated tree and dig into the ground before clamping it and pulling it out of the soil. The affected tree stays erect until it's time to be pinned to another location. Talk about the most massive tree, and this equipment got you covered. How about that plantee in your garden you can't help but miss because you're moving to a new town? Don't bother anymore, as you can take it wherever you want. Again, you know who deserves gratitude. Number 2. Glass Bottle Machine. Many decades ago, a man was having fun at the beach with his family when he saw a pile of sand from a distance. He moved closer to exploring nature and took some of it in his hand. He let it drain out in slow succession and loved how that happened. He thought that it was possible to make glass out of this process. At the time, it was one of the most bizarre imaginations ever, but he found a way to bring it to life. Thanks to him, we have glass everywhere, and they are beneficial. It is hard, and since one can see through it, they also come in handy as a safe place for ornaments. First, how did the glass bottle come alive? Well, one fantastic machine did all the magic, and you'll know how it happens. The sand used for production is first melted in a hot place, and it drops down into a fire section like a gun. After it travels around for some refinement, it comes out like one of that cryogenically frozen stuff you see in sci-fi movies. In the last phase molds the bottle into various shapes and cool it for use. Number 1. Road Printer Machine. The Tiger Stone Road Printer is a 6-meter wide machine that repaves an entire street at once, including the edges. You probably think operating it would be similar to rocket science, but that's the wrong notion. Anyone can work with it after a 5-minute tutorial. When it's in use, the stones fall on the road directly into the appropriate pattern. This machine is perfect for heavy work that most street papers are used to doing manually. Due to its modus operandi, it earned its name Road Printer. Here's how this marvel works. As it rolls backward, the gravitational force brings the bricks flat to rest on the ground. There is a front loader that fills the brake hopper with lots of bricks. All the bricklayer needs to do is stand behind and assemble the pattern vertically. Only 1 to 3 operators are required to provide the pusher slot with looser brakes from the hopper. The paving stones are lowered smoothly through a curved ramp in the correct pattern. The device is powered by electricity and runs at 13 feet per minute. There you have it. Is there a fabulous machine you want us to know about? Let us know in the comment box. In the end, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos.